why would anybody say internet if the word is internet? Valenka.
I don't know. Maybe I would say it because of the accent, depend on where the people come from, the way the syllables are separated too.
Yeah, because of the way the syllables are separated. Where do you put the stress when you say internet?
And
Because you put the stress on in, really the other syllables are weaker. So then that's why some people say internet. You can say internet if you want. You can also say internet. It doesn't matter. Kimo ki syllable problem.
Buttons.
Yes. You see this word for the first time. Yeah, tell me what to do.
Separate them by
syllable. So where do I put my forward slash?
I think after H.
After H, after S, right?
S. Yes.
So then say it for me, please.
Righteousness.
Righteous. Papa no say L, I think we say W, so right.
Righteousness.
Right, righteousness. Ou pa konen si pou prononse mou sa tako se comfortable, si se comfortable, ou pa konen through, ou pa konen throughout, ou pa konen tough. Se paske ou pa gade teacher Mimi. Nan video sa, mpal montre tout sa bezon pou ka tende e pale anglais. Who wants to try to pronounce these words? Let me see where you guys are messing up.
digestion,
How did you know to pronounce it like digestion? Tell me what is your technique?
I separated by syllable.
Where do I put the forward slash?
Digestion.
Is this a short or a long vowel?
It's a long.
Exactly.
Camera or camera?
Camera. It depends on your accent, right? You can say camera. Again, AM, I would like to think that it's camera, because M, but it depends on your accent. Camera. I say camera.
Company.
Company. I feel like a lot of Haitians struggle to say company. They say compagnie or whatever. You don't even have to pronounce the penny like that. Company. I work for this company.
It's a little bit difficult for me to pronounce like TH, but we're gonna try. Through.
Yes, you did a good job. Through. If that helps you, like you can roll the R like the Spanish R, you can say through.
Through. Thought.
So this is different. GH, sometimes you pronounce it like a F, like cough.
Oh, like tough. Throughout. Dot.
My thinking. I'm thinking. My
thought.
My thought.
Thought. Oh my goodness.
It's not, no, but it's okay, because let me tell you how you can pronounce it. You can pronounce it like a T. Like I told you guys, get plusieurs accent, right? A lot of Caribbean people, they don't say thought for real. They say thought. So you can pronounce it like a T if that makes you feel better. But if you really want, you can say thoughts. My thoughts. Do you guys see my mouth? Thoughts.
Thoughtful. Asylum?
No. The word, the A, which we're going to talk about, it's kind of like a schwa sound. So it's not really like a asylum. It's more so like a asylum.
It's like
Yeah.
Clothes.
Clothes.
Clothes. The other one is cloth.
Cloth. Because why? It ends with a consonant. So this is a what? What type of O is this? It's from Okap. It's from Okap. Remember, I'm short. I'm 5'2", and I'm from Okap, and I say O.
Cloth. World. Girl. Vegetable. Comfortable. Wednesday. February. Righteousness. Internet. I have problem with the one after throughout. Does it say thought?
Thoughts. But sometimes you can pronounce it like a T, if that helps. My thoughts.
Okay, my thought.
Can I move forward?
Wallet. Budget. A problem. Support. Banana.
So I'm going to read the word now. It's supposed. Like I say, I'm supposed to be there. Where is the stress? Pose, exactly. So if the rules were to stay, like I told you guys, when you separated by syllable, you were supposed to say suppose. Because this is a short vowel, and then this one is a long one. So pose, right? Suppose. But because the stress goes right here, the other syllable, it's not stressed. So then that's when you get the schwa sound. It's reduced. So then you say suppose. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So basically in English, there's always like one strong syllable. When you separate the word by syllable, there's one that is strong. Just like Spanish, mi hermana, gon syllable pese sur les plus. So then the stressed syllable is louder, longer, clearer, and then the other ones are weaker. Because your faible syllable you pas stressé, comme si that's when some of them take the schwa sound. And then when you have wallet, because the stress goes on the first syllable, you say wa, and then the second one is reduced. So pape is suli. So that's why you say wallet. You guys understand? You don't say budget. You don't say budget. What do you say, Valenka?
Say budget.
And you say problem, ou pese sou premier, problem. And then you don't say support, I'm going to support you. No, I'm going to support you. The last one, banana, like I'm going to eat this banana. But you focus on like the NA, banana. Because English is so interesting. You can have the same word and you don't even pronounce it the same way. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness, I didn't see. They had the same word, but okay. Record, present, present.
Record or
The record shows that you did not record the lecture. Crazy, right? Verb là ou pese deuxième partie a, non on pese premier partie a. So that's why. Like the record shows that you did not record the lecture. She gave me a present for my birthday. I cannot talk to you right now. I'm going to present my lesson. Noun versus verbs.
Project, permit, or permit. Produce, and the verb
Produce and produce.
Oh, okay. It's tricky.
It is tricky. That's the thing, because like they're written the same way, but you don't even pronounce them the same way. So then I'm working on my project.
You said something. Là, c'est non, ou peser sous premier lettre là. Là, c'est verbe là, c'est dernier lettre là. Okay.
Exactly, you're right. I can say I'm working on a project, and then I can also say that like you need to project your voice. Ou besoin sonner plus clair. Project your voice. And then you need a permit to be able to host this event. You need a permit. This is not permitted. Permitted. You guys see? And then you say, I'm going to the store to buy some produce. Yeah, I'm going to produce some videos. I produce videos. Crazy, right?
Conflict, object, contest.
There's some conflict between them. Don't conflict the facts. This is a direct object. I object. I'm against something, like I object the results or whatever. There's gonna be a contest. Ça veut dire après gon prix, on bagay, like whatever. She contested the results. We're gonna talk about the schwa sound, because you know how in the very beginning, Valenka, you said asylum, and I was just like, oh no, it's not really asylum. It's like a schwa sound, like it's a asylum.
About, today, ego, so pensa, focus, tomorrow.
That's why I didn't say anything, because guess what? But if you guys remember his name, please write it down. You're just like, we don't say today, you say today. Again, that's why I have to explain to you guys why we say certain things. So the reason why you don't say today, c'est pas say il va bon comme c'est nonsense. C'est parce que of the schwa sound, because even reduce, like this one is reduced. So then you say today. Kiko to guys?
Day.
Exactly. So then it's today. And then about, and then the ego. No, it's not ego. 5 minutes ago. Ego. So 2 minutes ago. Sofa. Well, or the sofa, ou pese soa. Sofa. Pencil. Let me please have a pencil. Okay? You pese su pen. Pencil. Exactly. The focus. No. Focus. I can't focus today. And then again, the same thing. Tomorrow. Because tomorrow. Good?
Yes.
Asylum. Where is the stress in asylum? Where is it?
Inside.
So then the other vowel is like asylum. Many 2-syllable nouns and adjectives stress the first syllable. So pay attention. Now that you know that we stress the first syllable, I'm gonna see how you pronounce these words. Go ahead.
market, garden, window, picture, answer, paper, quiet, happy,
Busy, clever.
yeah, clever.
So market, garden, window, picture, answer, paper, quiet, happy, busy, clever. When a word has like 2 syllables like that, typically you stress the first syllable. But look at this. When it's a verb, things change. When we have a 2-syllable verb, basically we stress the second syllable. Center.
Agree, forget, arrive, escape, invite, repair, attack, employ, enjoy.
Hey, I'm going to explain something to you. I explain you something? No, I explain something to you. Okay, so explain. Agree. I agree with you. I forget how to do this. Arrive. Escape. Again, where focus about the escape. Parce que ou pese sous deuxième syllabe là, premier syllabe là gon schwa sound. So escape. Invite. I'm going to invite you to my party. Repair. Can you please repair this for me? Attack. So why are you attacking me? Employ. If I don't employ you, why are you in my business? Enjoy. I really enjoy teaching. Good?
Yeah.
Now let's move on. So stress before certain endings. So there are some endings. They're very interesting, guys. So like ik, shen, shen. Usually you stress the syllable before the ending. So I'm gonna see who's brave.
Geographic, economic, republic, position, education, information, decision, occasion, conclusion.
Conclusion. Qui ça dit conclusion? It's conclusion.
Conclusion, yeah.
And at the end of the word, because you know it's reduced, that's when you say conclusion. No commencement mo wap di king, wap di conclusion. So geographic, National Geographic. This is even hard because like you know how you say the economy, but then the economic, it's different. You to let the most out like the economy, but you say my economic situation is the Republic of Ireland. Republic. Position, understand your position. Education, I value education. Information, you need information. You need to make a decision. Occasion, conclusion. What's your conclusion? So, nous Samadula, more. Lord, the economy, you say economy en genre, but like with the concept economic, that's different. Like you have to know where to put the stress. If you struggle with your accent and things like that, the stress is probably what you don't get. Like you say photography, but you say a photographer. You see where the stress goes. Like no chaque mosaio, the stress goes somewhere. Photographer, photography, that's English. I did not create the language, you know? So we're going to talk about words that end with ed and is. You guys are going to compare my pronunciation versus his pronunciation.
Electricity, opportunity, activity, possibility, serious, curious, mysterious, hilarious.
Electricity, opportunity, activity, possibility, serious, I'm serious, curious, delicious, mysterious, hilarious.
We say activity or activity.
It's just the American accent. Me, I don't like to pronounce my T like the Americans. It's easier for me to just pronounce T's like T's. When I was learning English, I listened to the British because I feel like it's kind of easier to pick up the pronunciation when you listen to the British people. You can say activity, but me, I don't say activity. I say activity. I say possibility. So let's move forward then. What does that mean, compound words?
Two words, each of them has a different signification.
Not signification. I don't even think we say signification in English. I think meaning.
It's a combination of two words, but each of them already has another meaning, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. You would think, but they do say signify though. They just don't say significant. Do they say signification? Somebody please look it up. Parce que Konya, I'm confused.
Mot composé in French.
Exactly. You are right. Ça veut dire when you have mailbox together, they make one word.
Airplane, football.
Football. Whenever you see AL in Anglais, how do you pronounce AL in English, guys?
Oh.
All. Football.
Post office.
So post office. OST. Même si les finit ensemble avec ST sont consonniers, ça sont exceptions. We say most, post, ghost, host.
Toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
Keyboard. Mailbox. Raincoat.
Raincoat. And remember, when you have AI, it's a long vowel team. So raincoat. Raincoat, c'est comment on le barre encore par-dessus. So like they said, in compound words, the main idea usually come first, so we stress it. Air, airplane, and then seafood, sunflower, keyboard, mailbox. All right, so we're going to talk about prefixes.
Unsafe.
Unsafe.
Unknown.
Unknown.
Unknown. Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Prepare.
Prepare.
Prevent.
Prevent.
Dismiss.
Dismiss.
Discover.
Discover.
Remove.
Remove.
Replace.
Replace.
Unknown or unknown?
Unknown. Known. The W is silent.
I want to know why don't you pronounce the key?
It's a silent letter. If you don't say thumb, you say thumb. Yeah, just like you don't say pneumonia, you say pneumonia.
Inconnu.
Unknown, inconnu. Mbaka gen kek Ayisyen parem, kapte de machin la yap di n'importe quoi. Vidéo ça baka gade on seul fois and then nous penser oh I'm done, I'm good. Ouais vidéo series ça veut dire gen 1 2 3, gade on repeat. Yes, exactly, gade on repeat.
Three, theater.
Theater.
From the teeth, tank.
Theater, think, thorn, thumb, thin, thick, thatch, thief, thunder, 3. Thunder is what? L'orage, right?
Éclair, yes. I think so.
Éclair, c'est lightning. Orage, c'est
de l'orage.
What is a thief?
Voler.
Voleur.
Exactly, somebody who steals stuff. That's a thief. All right. So you guys see how sometimes you can pronounce the TH like a, you see how you do it? So you have to have your mouth like this. It's like, no bushman, right? And then you have to like push air. Sometimes, be careful with that. But
bath, brother, death, health, feather, month, mother, teeth, cloth, with, father, tooth.
tooth. You did a good job. Bath, brother, depth. You see depth. You have to pronounce the P and then the TH. Depth. Depth veut dire profondeur. The depth of the well. Vous connaissez, on va parler de well, earth, feather, month, mother, teeth, broth, with. You can say with or with. With you, with. Okay? Father, tooth.
Together.
Lather.
Lather.
Little. Leather.
Leather.
Bother.
Bother. Gather. Wealthy. Bath.
Bathe.
Oh, bathe. Healthy.
For example, bathe, because of the silent E, it changes the A. If you see BATH, that's what?
A short vowel.
Yeah, BATH, that's bath. But when we make it EA, so then it makes it a long vowel, so then it is
Bathe.
Yeah, bathe. Yes, a long vowel, bathe. So let me say the words for you guys. Together, lather, leather, bother, gather, wealthy, bathe, healthy.
I have a question about those two words. LATHER,
So lather, I don't think it follows any rules that I know. It's just like lather your hands. If you are washing your hands, you lather the soap. And then leather is like, like a leather jacket. Cuivre.
Pour cuire, oui.
So that's what leather is.
What is the difference between letter and letter, the pronunciation? Letter, when you write a person, letter and about letter.
They sound really alike, to be honest with you. Like if it's an American person that is speaking. So when you say, I'm going to write a letter, it does sound like a leather jacket. I can see they're very similar. So then I can tell you though, like if say, for example, like a British person say letter, then you automatically know that it's a letter. I'm going to write a letter. But like an American person, they pronounce the T sometimes like a D. So you're so similar, but two, I feel like it's a context là. The context will matter. And then it depends on the person's accent. So the, bathe, then, them, gather, breathe, another, smooth, tough, thin, thank you, think, theme, thumb, breath, ethical, month, method, thought. Can I move forward? So, a lot of American people, they swallow words. How do we say this word, guys? Some people say comfortable, some people say comfortable. I don't think personally like comfortable is wrong, but it's also because like American people, like some of them swallow some syllables. They don't say comfortable, they say comfortable. So sometimes they just swallow some syllables. Reduced syllables, what are those? So basically in natural English, some syllables become shorter or weaker. So because there are some syllables that are stressed, because of that, we also do the schwa sound and those kind of things. But also some syllables, we just don't pronounce them. Some of them disappear. So we just say comfortable. Where did the 4 go? I don't know. It's comfortable.
Family, different, camera, chocolate, interest.
So you see some words, you don't even say every single syllable. Family, what did the E go? I don't know. Different. You don't say different. Some people, with different accents, they do say different, whatever. It's not a big deal. But again, in the American language, some people just swallow some syllables. So we say different. Chocolate. The stress then is on chocolate. And then interest. It's interesting. You don't say interesting. It's interesting. It's not like it's wrong if you say interesting, but again, in American English, we say interesting. We swallow some of the syllables.
Every, restaurant, separate, temperature,
Favorite. Some people say restaurant, some people say restaurant. So it depends on how you want to say it. We remember restaurant in itself is a French word. So if you say restaurant, that's also fine. But some people just say restaurant. Separate, temperature. You don't have to say temperature. No, temperature. Favorite.
Public, general, memory, history, several, business.
Company or company?
It's not company, it's company. Because again, you put the stress on the first syllable, so it's company. So the schwa sound, right? It's reduced. So it's not like you don't say it at all. It's emphasis que Ayisyen mette sous compagnie, that's wrong. So it's company. I work for this company. If you say probably, that's fine. But a lot of people say probably. Memory, history, several, business.
It's several
Several.
and general, because I used to see generals.
Like you can say general, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, like an American pronunciation, sometimes they swallow some of the syllables. That's it. Can I move forward?
Yesterday, my family went to a restaurant near the park. My sister said she was comfortable, but I thought the temperature was a little different inside. While we were waiting, we talked about the internet and the project my brother wants to start tomorrow.
He said the budget might be small, but he supposed it would still work. Later, the teacher sitting next to us started a conversation about technology and how people use the internet every day.
The internet. This word can never stop. I don't know. Yeah, technology. You have to put the stress. Where does the stress go, guys? Technology. Yesterday, my family went to a restaurant near the park. My sister said she was comfortable, but I thought the temperature was a little different inside. While we were waiting, we talked about the internet and the new project my brother wants to start tomorrow. He said the budget might be small, but he supposed it would still work. Later, the teacher sitting next to us started a conversation about technology and how people use the internet every day. Can I move forward? There's one more text we're going to read and then that's it.
This morning, my teacher asked our class a question about a new project. She used a camera to record the presentation and show it to another class. She said our company needed a better system to manage the budget and improve communication.
Awesome. Hold on. You guys cannot say this word to save you guys' life. Manage. Say that again.
Manage.
Yeah, to manage. Exactly. Good.
My friend said it was a great idea.
Idea. Yeah.
But another student thought the problem was bigger. Later, we continued the discussion and tried to find a solution before the end of the class.
Darling, why is it not discussion?
Discussion?
Discussion because of the two S's. All right, so I'm going to read the text for you guys one more time. This morning, my teacher asked, remember to pronounce the T, asked our class a question about a new project. She used a camera to record the presentation and show it to another class. She said our company needed a better system to manage the budget and improve communication. My friend said it was a great idea, but another student thought the problem was much bigger. Later, we continued the discussion and tried to find a solution before the end of the class. Now I'm ready for you guys to ask questions.
Could you please help me pronounce multiple?
Multiple.
Multiple.
Yeah, it's the word treasure. I don't know if it's treasure or
treasure. You know why? Because the stress is on tre, right? Treasure.
And the other one is environment.
That's what I study. So I'm in environmental health sciences, the environment.
How can I pronounce entrepreneur?
First of all, the word entrepreneur is a French word. So you have to think about the origin too, parce que ça dépend de qui côté mot a sorti, that could influence how you pronounce it. It's a French word, entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur.
I want to know if I find some music that can help us pronounce these words.
Oh, like if you listen to music?
Yes, listen to music. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. If you listen to music, that's a good way to practice your pronunciation as well. Yeah, of course. Listen to music. That's the best way to actually learn. It can be any music. You can, if you listen to gospel music, you'll find these words. Any music, any genre.
Teacher Nini, idea or ID?
Idea. Amplificing the ID. It's idea. I should probably do one last workshop about pronunciation to like close it out. Say, for example, we didn't talk about cough, like GH, how you pronounce some of the consonants. So I think I'm going to do one last workshop to close this series. So if you want to workshop, please allez sur website moi ou mettez information. I'll contact you. Ma voye email pour vous. Please check it junk mail nous. Parce que des fois qu'elle voye email, y'allez dans junk mail, y'allez dans spam. And yes, you know I got you. Subscribe, share, and quittez commentaire. Parce que par contre, qui m'a kabano bouimad, gade parfois. So, quittez moi pour moi kabano bouimad.